trashing the plaza.
Except for Tonio and Walter, I want everyone to take their position now.
Tonio here. Found her. Over. Rosa Rain, that's her.
And the young man next to her is Frederick Hoffman.
Yes, he officially joined a short time ago.
In any case, he's only a rookie. Okay, let's tail them. Wait, Tonio, turn the camera back.
An unknown man is closing in on Rosa.
Is he one of them?
Never saw him in the Red Army.
Is he in the same business?
He doesn't look like a pro. Walter, Tonio, we're calling this off.
But, sir...
We've no choice. Our operation's been compromised. We don't want a stranger spoiling our plans. Ah, good timing. Well, why don't we invite him over here for tea with us?
Hey, isn't he a pointer?
Yes, he's the best hunting dog you can find. He creeps in without making a sound, and will point at the prey for hours. He won't bark or attack. He simply points and keeps watch over the prey.
Yeah, he's much like us.
Please, won't you kindly take a seat? So, would you mind telling us who you are, sir? And also why you insist on pestering us?
Pestering you? This'll probably clear things up.
Insurance investigator, Taichi Haraga, Keaton.
So, you're an insurance op?
I'm on assignment for Lloyd's of London to investigate a woman named Rosa Rain. Well, you must be the bounty hunters I heard about. So, such a profession really does exist after all.
This is Rosa Rain, 27, a high-ranking official in the German Red Army. Third daughter of the Rain Financial Group family, bombed Ramstein Air Base while attending the University of Berlin and participated in 7 other terrorist attacks. She's the highest-ranked woman on the most wanted list, an ideal target for a team such as ours, but don't you think a little bit too dangerous for an op?
I'm well aware that Rosa is a terrorist, but she's become disgusted with the organization and is willing to turn herself in.
What? Huh? So, you're telling us she's asking her family for assistance?
Yes. You see, Lloyd's has close ties with the Rain Financial Group.
We'll know her within a week anyway, before she has time to take any action.
According to German law, the sentence for any criminal activity is commuted when turning oneself in.
She's worth 50,000 Deutschmarks. It's not just Rosa. Thomas Mueller, Augusto Atkar, they're at the hideout.
Reports indicate that these other dangerous criminals are also accompanying the ringleader.
The ringleader?
If she decides to turn herself in, the entire group will relocate from their hideout and we would lose the 1 million Deutschmarks.
Then you were planning to stake out the place and arrest them all at once?
Spoken like an amateur. We are not authorized to make any arrests. So what we do is act behind their backs and report to the authorities. We would appreciate you staying out of our way.
So you're saying that you've planned your strategy and there's no role for me?
Yeah, that's correct. We're dealing with a professional terrorist here, and you don't look like a guy who can handle yourself around a big guns.
I understand. Gentlemen, I'll leave you for the time being.
Hey, what do you mean for the time being?
What an amazing setup you have. So, how many of you are there? Just 7, or are there 8? Well, I can see why you're so eager about the reward. So long.
John, I want you to keep an eye on him.
Why a nobody like him?
Because we don't want that nobody to meddle in our business, do we?
Sportsman, it's Thomas Mueller. I'm taking him. I think that he's aware he's being tailed. He took the down escalator after going up. Best of luck, Walter.
Confirming Augusto Atkar. Rosa, Mueller, Hoffman. We have all 4.
Affirmative, Mike.
It's Walter here. Roger that.
No question about it, man. This is definitely their hideout.
One more to go when we're set.
Careful. Use extreme caution.
I know. Oh no, it's him.
What's happening there, Walter?
It's Keaton. He's near the hideout.
What did you say? John, do you read me?
Yes, sir.
Weren't you supposed to be keeping an eye on Keaton?
Well,
So you lost him?
yes.
You didn't report!
I'm very sorry, sir.
That's enough. Go join the rest of the crew now.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Mr. Keaton, that was quite magnificent. Here we are nosing around and you sniffing us out instead. Well done for such an amateur.
Weren't you given the nickname the Little Giant?
Huh?
It occurred to me. There was once a man called the Little Giant. He was an inspector from Scotland Yard who was considered quite a genius. And his real name was Piddock. I heard there was trouble 7 years ago and that he quit his job.
Are you implying that my true identity would have any effect on the situation?
Of course not. I simply thought if you were Piddock, the ringleader you say you're after just might be someone called Heinz Becker. Becker's the most wanted among the world's terrorists. Incredible. The reward won't be any less than 1 million Deutschmarks.
I don't have to answer any questions.
But that's where you're wrong. We just received a call from the Rain Financial Group, and they've been notified that Rosa will be tortured today for her betrayal. Are you aware that Becker also has a famous nickname, just like your Little Giant? Do you know what that is?
You mean the terrorist's hanging judge?
She will be murdered if he arrives.
Don't worry, we'll call the authorities before that happens. Whatever the case, don't come anywhere near their hideout.
Ah. By the way, I happened to notice something. There's one weak point in your team's stakeout. The open area where Walter's stationed. You do know he's vulnerable the minute they recognize him.
Well, the mouse giving the cat advice. Good afternoon.
Still no sign. When's he gonna show up? This Becker character.
He seems to be quite a cautious fella.
Walter, so how's everything going?
To tell you the truth, I feel like taking a nap.
Not too much longer then, mate. We'll be sending you a replacement real soon.
Becker.
Walter here. Look, Becker's captured me. He'll free me if we don't alert the authorities. Please do exactly as he said.
This came in at 14:15. It sounds like Walter. What do we do? Yes, they'll kill Walter even if we do follow their instructions, sir.
Our only choice is to be the rescue team.
Yes, nice going, sir.
Yes, yes, of course we can do it. We'll pull it off, no problem, because we're professionals.
John, find a house we can use for a simulation. It's vital that we do this right.
Yes, sir.
And as for you boys, return to the stakeout.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, we must admit when it comes to taking on these terrorists, we're the amateurs.
From the first shot until they moved in, 24 seconds.
Not bad at all.
Their hideout has 2 stories. They change the guard every 4 hours. They only leave to go to the market. Everyone eats on the ground floor. One keeps watch on the first floor. We should attack during dinner. A professional familiar with terrorists explained the basics to cease their activities. First, take down the door with a shotgun, then toss in a tear gas grenade.
Very impressive training you have here.
Well, it's you again. What a surprise. Now tell me, how did you manage to locate such a remote spot?
I would very much like to be of some assistance.
Listen here, Keaton. We told you Mr. Piddock has no interest in an amateur like you.
They also have Rosa tied up, right?
So you've already taken a look inside their hideout?
Why don't you just let me in on your plans?
You moron, don't...
We're planning to move in when they sit down for their meal on the ground floor.
But Mr. Piddock!
Then what if I were to climb directly onto the floor above at exactly the same time?
But how?
Don't worry, I'll manage.
I accept your offer. Just promise me one simple thing. That you will not move unless I give the order. I'll tell you the real reason I resigned from Scotland Yard. It was 7 years ago at a nightclub in Soho, after we swarmed in there to stop illegal trafficking. And as you know, in a narcotics investigation, you have to catch them in the act. No guns were to be pulled until the transaction was fully in progress. Unfortunately, there was a rookie with a heart as small as a rabbit. I don't know what got into him, but he just pulled out his gun and started shooting. All told, the dealer fled, and there were 2 officers, and a patron lying dead on the floor. From that point on, I promised myself never to work with amateurs. They can't make sound judgments, and they can't remain calm when you really need them to. Our team's going in tomorrow to cover the ground floor. We will move in precisely at 8 o'clock. You will be expected to enter the upper floor 1 minute later. Now, is that understood?
Stupid git! What's with you?
You would have had better success shooting at the hinges when you broke through the door instead of shooting at the keyhole. All right, then. Let me make sure I'm clear on this. The plan, as you've just explained it, is for me to go in after the raid is commenced. See you then. Oh, for your information, I thought you might like to know. They're heavily armed. Hoffman uses an MP5, Mueller an Uzi Atkar G3. Becker himself uses a sawed-off shotgun. Until tomorrow.
Hey, Tonio.
Sir.
I want you to run a check on Keaton and see if you can find anything.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Pinnock, but why did you let him join the team?
He may not be an amateur after all. He seems to know the golden rule of shadowing, and he's also quite familiar with breaking through doorways. And on top of that, he has quite an impressive knowledge of guns. Besides, our backs are to the wall right now, and we need as many men as we can get.
It's 7:50, and Keaton's still not here.
Probably chickened out, Brock.
What's this now? A van is coming our way. According to the information I obtained, there are no vans scheduled along this route at this time. It's Keaton. What? That's brilliant. Now Keaton can climb to the upper floor.
Okay, let's get started, boys.
It was supposed to go in 1 minute after the raid commenced. I bet he went into a panic. Are we calling off the attack then?
The hostages are in danger if the captors go upstairs. We have to move in now. Look for the stairs. Why are they still downstairs?
Okay, Daniel, get us out.
Hey, Keaton, you lied to me! You didn't say a single word about this being a dangerous job!
We can talk about it later. Just get us out of here now.
Don't worry, buddy. I'm getting out of here as fast as I can.
Well, Mr. Keaton, I heard that Rosa Rain had turned herself in.
Yes, well, it seems to be the case.
Professional soldiers are much more likely to retreat when hit with a surprise attack, and only after regrouping do they launch a counterattack. They remained on the ground floor because you took them by surprise on the upper floor. They were trapped and couldn't go up. And then our team went in. This gave them the impression that they were surrounded and therefore couldn't make a move. Our original strategy was to attack solely from the ground floor in the belief that the terrorists would be vulnerable. It was a terribly misguided strategy. Isn't that right?
So I heard you received the reward.
Yes, but not before receiving a reprimand, too.
A reprimand? For capturing all the terrorists and saving the lives of the hostages? That doesn't make sense.
Are you all right, Walter?
Oh, yeah, he'll make it through. Keaton was slick. He appeared out of thin air and finished the guards off, and then he loaded me and the young lady up and transported us out in no time. Have you figured out the identity of this bloke?
This just came today.
Father Olga Keaton, Daichi. Mother English, father Japanese, nationality British. Graduated Oxford University, archaeologist. Served 3 years in the army, then joined the British Special Air Service, SAS. SAS!
He's now out of the force, but he performed an excellent job while serving as commanding officer during one case in particular, in the Iranian embassy rescue. Well, Keaton was the pro. Even with our experience, we were the amateurs.
Memories. Keaton is about to investigate a house that's full of them. Italy's cuisine and passion hold a terrible secret for a young girl. Behind closed doors, a new romance, a family torn apart, a struggle for power, and only one man who may find the answers to uncover the past. Next time, Strange Tale of Lasagna.